At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, police are asking for help find a missing person.
A woman is transported after a car hits a pole.
And Desert View Hospital adds a new member to their staff. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 21st, 2013. I'm Rick Vale.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Monique Mitchell has the night off.
The Nye County Sheriff is attempting to get any information leading to the whereabouts of a 52-year-old woman missing since last Friday.
We have a missing persons report. 52-year-old Cynthia K. Thomas has been missing since Friday, August 16th. Her last known whereabouts were in Las Vegas on Las Vegas Boulevard near Windmill. She was driving her 2002 Gold Pathfinder with veterans plates. She was getting gas and traveling back to Pahrump here. She never arrived. If you know where Cynthia K. Thomas is, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. Cynthia K. Thomas's normal residence is there on Calvada Boulevard. So if you have any information, you're urged to contact the authorities. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And one woman was transported to the hospital last night after striking a pole at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to the back parking lot of Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza yesterday, approximately 5 p.m., for a vehicle versus pole accident. Medics arrived on scene to find one person inside a small red sedan who apparently had struck the light post. The female inside the car was transported locally here to Desert View Hospital. Whether she sustained injury as a result of the accident or for a medical reason is unknown at this time. However, the small vehicle only sustained minor damage. No other cars were involved and no one else was injured on scene. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And emergency crews responded to Basin Avenue this morning for a two-vehicle accident.
A two-vehicle accident occurred this morning on Basin near Kitty Hawk Street. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Nye County auxiliary units to block traffic while the two patients were being tended to by paramedics. One person in each car decided to go against medical advice and not be transported to local medical facilities. The accident appeared to have occurred when the vehicle in front was waiting to make a left-hand turn onto northbound Kitty Hawk when that vehicle was struck from behind. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of the accident. Both vehicles sustained minor damage during this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And United Parcel Service is planning to drop 15,000 workers' spouses from its health insurance plan, citing higher costs due to the Affordable Care Act. UPS said it will discontinue coverage for all working spouses who are eligible for insurance with their own employer. That applies to roughly half the 33,000 workers' spouses covered by UPS today. The policy applies only to non-union U.S. workers and will save about $60 million a year.
Do you feel sometimes that your doctor doesn't always pay attention to what you're trying to tell them? When we come back from the break, Celine MacArthur reports on this common complaint.
Do you feel like your doctor isn't really listening to you? No. Two medical experts share their tips to make sure you're getting the attention and care you need. Next in Prescription Health.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
And welcome back to News 46. Maybe you've heard people talk about the elevator speech as an effective strategy to grab the attention of a prospective employer. Well, using that strategy with your doctor can save your life. Celine MacArthur shares some valuable advice from ER insiders on how to make sure your doctor is really paying attention to your medical needs.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
A trip to the ER can be scary, but a misdiagnosis can be deadly.
It's so easy for doctors to order a test like a CAT scan or an MRI or blood tests, but it's really important to know why every test is done and what the diagnosis is in advance.
In their new book, When Doctors Don't Listen, ER doctors Leanna Wen and Joshua Kozłowski spell out critical mistakes doctors and patients often make when they fail to communicate.
Telling the doctor all of your symptoms is very important.
Symptoms are important, but Dr. Wen says a patient's history can be even more valuable.
80% of diagnoses can be made just based on your history.
Since you know your time with a doctor is limited, you have to grab their full attention in the first 10 seconds.
Doctors are not listening to their patients. They're hearing the words they say, but they're not really listening.
To get them to really listen, doctors suggest practicing your high-impact story.
For example, I've been so short of breath that I can't walk from my bed to the bathroom without getting very short of breath. That really gets the doctor's attention. And then it should have a couple of short sentences that talk about how they got to where they are and how it's impacted their life.
The added details could prevent a misdiagnosis and unnecessary and potentially dangerous testing. I'm Celine MacArthur reporting.
The doctors suggest practicing your story at home, even having it on paper. If the doctor still doesn't listen, get a new doctor.
And folks, President Barack Obama isn't looking to change current federal laws dictating the classification of marijuana. The deputy press secretary said Obama does not, at this point, advocate a change in the law that places marijuana in the same class of drugs as heroin, ecstasy, and psychedelic mushrooms, and which deems cannabis to have no medical use. The Obama administration's position on marijuana is mainly focused on prosecuting drug traffickers rather than individual users.
And a Clark County ban on lassoing horses' legs will stay put in a move that will affect a large Mexican-style Churreria rodeo scheduled for September. A plan to put a temporary moratorium on the rule failed Tuesday when commissioners split 3-3 on the issue. Their vote came after more than 3 hours of passionate testimony from both animal rights activists and rodeo proponents. Horse roping was set to be part of the World Series of Churreria events September 26th through the 29th at the South Point Casino in Las Vegas. It wasn't immediately clear whether the overall rodeo would continue without the events.
And folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to have much more local news coming up for you right after this break. Please keep it here.